Buschra Al Zoubi escaped from southern Syria with her mother and 7 siblings in 2012, not long after the start of the war. 12 years later, she's transformed her life, and sport, she says, was key.
All the men in my life told me that I was not made to make sports, but then at some point my life changed and I had access to sports. And then I saw Yusra Mardini in the Olympics 4 years ago, the swimmer, the Syrian swimmer in Tokyo. And this was the thing that inspired me the most. First, because she's a woman. Second, because she's Syrian. Third, because she lived kind of my experience of crossing borders, but in a way that is more horrible.
37 refugees are competing in the Paris Olympics. 2 from South Sudan and Afghanistan joined the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, Filippo Grandi, to share their experiences with others like them in Paris.
My ambition? I'm still young. In a few years, I still want to be running, and I want to show how the refugee team can transform lives.
It's a huge responsibility to represent 120 million people around the world, and it's such an honor to be here and represent them.
A record 120 million people have been forced from their homes by conflict, violence or violations of their human rights, according to the UN. And it says more barriers are being put up around the world, particularly in the US and Europe, to stop people finding a better life.
I know it's not easy, do sports, but I think this is the only way that you can get out. But for women, it's obviously very, very hard, but it comes with sacrifices.
The Olympics happen as the world faces unprecedented displacement crises, from Sudan to Ukraine to Gaza. The United Nations hopes that the focus on the refugee team will help people understand the stigmatisation, marginalisation and violence suffered by refugees. Bernard Smith, Al Jazeera, Paris.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.